So next, we're going to talk about tying on tailing material and also a little bit about thread control. For the tail material I'm going to use in this example, this is called antron yarn. It's a synthetic yarn. You can buy it at your local fly shop like Dan Bailey's here in Livingston. You can also, the tailing material varies on the recipe of the fly. It can be bits of feathers, it can be Zelon yarn, it can be bits of fur and things like that. So the tail material kind of depends on the recipe of the fly, but for today's uses, or for today's purposes, we'll use antron yarn. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a piece of this off, and I'm just going to show you real quickly. And I'm going to take, this is kind of a thick amount, I'm going to kind of break this in half. I want a little bit less. So I'm just going to take and divide that in half. Now, a lot of materials are tied in at the bend of the hook for tails. One thing I like to do for thread control, and I learned this from a fly tyer named Wayne Llewellyn from Visalia, California. And Wayne is a wizard at thread control. If you're a right-handed fly tyer, if you spin your bobbin counterclockwise and just let it spin for a little bit, what's going to happen is when you go to apply the thread to the hook, the thread will jump back towards your left fingers, toward the tail you're attaching. And it makes attachment of material really easy. Let me even these tips up real quick. And here we go. I'm going to lay this in here. I'm going to put a little bit of slack in the thread, and you can see how that thread wants to lay right against the fingers of my left hand, making capturing material a snap. And there it is. Also, like for a guy like me that has big fingers, that counterclockwise spin works really, really well. You know, for help to capture that tailing material. So anyway, I just tied a tail on there, and I'll cut it to length, and then I'll get rid of this up here up at the front, and that's where these fine tip scissors come in handy. So anyway, thread control is a major part of fly tying, and that little tip right there for tying on tails has really helped me, especially when working with small hooks and things like that.